Welcome everybody to another episode of the Serial Nerdism. I am your boy, Obi-Juan, and across from me, I got my other boy, Ralphie. Yeah, just like that. No intro. no. Hi everybody. I hope.
What's up, everybody?
It's double T in the morning.
I've been listening to a lot of emo music, so I'm feeling it. I'm in my feelings right now.
They don't even talk like that, bro.
Thanks for the X Twitter update, bro. Appreciate you.
And as you just heard, we got Goosey up in the bitch too.
He's honking, bro. You say cock?
Never
Relax, bro. God, there's children watching.
One child.
One overgrown child who had a lot of milk, bro.
Deep ass voice.
Shout out to the boy. Hey, that's neither here or there. Hey,
B.
C.
I wanna
D. Dick.
That was well timed. I mean that was for me to you guys.
Start singing that Throat Baby song. Throat Babies, I'm gonna give them to you. Throat Baby. You never heard that song?
No.
You've never heard
it
Throat
country?
Babies? No, dude, it's a rap song. It has the baby in it. He's like, I'm gonna put it on you. I can't do it because it's probably copyrighted, but that's a funny song. He's like, sex little girl, put it in the throat.
Wow.
Whoa.
You heard it?
Yeah,
I heard it.
That's what the song says.
You heard that song?
No, I heard him say what. Little girl.
Oh,
What?
Whoa.
That's what the song says.
He said pre-order, bro.
No. LOL. I'm Chris Hansen. Do you know why you're here today?
Hey, what's up, Chris Handsome?
Let me read the transcript of what you sent.
Throat babies.
Throw babies. All right, so
Well, before we start,
Oh, he cut you off, bro.
I was
Press the button. Press the button, bro.
Which one?
All of us.
No, I don't know.
What would
Probably
happen?
freak out and
What would
freeze.
happen?
I
Press
don't
the
know,
ball.
bro.
Press the ball, bro.
All right, let's see. I want to say sorry ahead of time, but I want to press all the buttons at the same.
Hey, what? You pressing all the buttons made that react some type
Bro,
of way.
I think that's the one that lasts the shortest.
don't touch
No
me.
pun intended. So,
Talk to me, Daddy.
I just uploaded my first gameplay video. I don't know if you guys saw it.
How many
people saw
Probably
it?
not, because
I
you guys
did
don't
see it.
support.
That's not true.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it. You played
Bro.
the Silent Hill thing.
Stop it, bro. I'm about to play footsies with you. Did you?
I
What'd
did,
you think?
for real.
What'd you think?
I thought you did good. I kind of like the walkthrough that you're trying to do. You're just trying to like experience the game, you know?
That's what I'm going for, man. But I think I'm gonna. So, to just kind of like summarize what I'm trying to do, just real quick. I love one thing I really love, and that's not to kiss ass with you guys, but I love playing Warzone with you boys.
Kiss my ass.
But I also love
Suck
scary.
my.
I also love playing scary games. So when this one came out, I was like, this is the perfect moment to do it. I was gonna do it a long time ago with the one. What was that one that I was telling you about, Ralph? That you should get it to. The one with like the alien abduction.
I don't remember what.
That it was like really crappy.
something incident.
Yeah, the Great Hill incident.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it with that, but after I played it, like the first 15 minutes, no, it was.
So you just played that first. You just played that like first off impression, like off rip.
Yeah.
You just loaded it. That's what's up.
And this one, I was like, nah, I can't do that again because if I don't like it, then I'm not gonna do it, and I'm just gonna keep doing it over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went with it, and dude, it was all right.
Pretty fire.
It was all right. It was pretty. It's a pretty heavy topic.
Aliens.
The unaliving. No, I'm this the Silent Hill one.
So
Unaliving?
did that game ever come out, or what's the dealio on the situation? Like, was that like why did they? Because it was free. Because didn't I send you the TikTok where it said that game was free?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, was that something that was like, was it a remaster? Because I don't play scary games.
It was just a demo, basically.
Oh, bro, like of things to come.
Mm-hmm.
CUM.
Come and that was a bit late.
That's the point, bro. Like a
But-
period.
It went.
I mean, it kind of leads to today's topic.
Is it?
Things to like what things that they want us to expect or future things.
Who the hell is they, bro?
The ops, bro.
The ops. The
Disney,
oppositions.
video games. In this case, Konami. Did you guys see that Silent Hill 2 is getting a lot of backfire? Like a lot.
For what?
Backfire?
Like
Like it's not working?
no, not that it's not working, but people are not
Oh, you
liking
mean
what they're
backlash?
seeing. Yeah, backlash. Sorry, my bad.
What is it? Is the code wrong? Talk to me, expert.
So what's the backlash on it?
The gameplay. They released some gameplay and the fighting style of it. I guess they're not liking it at all.
I don't think that's necessarily their fault because like I think now don't most all game devs have like the new PlayStation or new Xbox dev kits, so it could be just
Xbox isn't doing.
oh well they're not doing any more consoles.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Phil Spencer.
Why? You should be thanking him.
No, fuck him, bro. He spent all that fucking money, and now we're getting all the games. Well, I mean, yeah, so that's your fault, you dumbass. You shouldn't have bought all those fucking things. That's your fault.
I mean, it's smart from.
Aren't
No,
they,
it's
aren't
not
they releasing
smart.
like 4 games from that were Xbox exclusives?
Yeah,
So-
because they spent like what $70 billion, and no one wants to fucking subscribe to Game Pass. That's
They have
why
a
they're
lot of subscribers.
No, they don't. They're losing money.
I don't know.
And what did they say? What did they say? Oh,
What did it
we're
say?
now going to switch these games up. We're now going to make all these games playable. You know why? Because what happens? Sony has to pay them now to get those games on their platform. They're making the money on return, making the investment on return.
They're making more money.
Yeah,
At
but
that
they
point.
spent so much, and they thought that everyone was going to rush to fucking Xbox because, oh, Starfield or whatever that other fucking game was. They had some fucking games that failed. With that Redfall game, ass.
Starfield didn't do that good, or isn't doing that
Yeah,
good.
it did.
Yeah, Starfield was good.
Is it still doing good? Because I saw
has
that
like-
after that
has
it
like
had
a
a
million-
huge drop.
It
Like
did have
after-
a huge drop.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, but I think they think they still have like 250,000 people on the servers.
Speaking of huge drop,
My nuts.
Suicide Squad is
As I was yawning, you do that.
What you want me? To, hey, can you Photoshop my testicles?
Suicide Squad now is like below 1,000 of people playing it.
Well, that makes sense though, bro. Like the way you explain the game, how it's repetitive. Like you can't do that, especially with video games.
Bias.
Not even bias, bro. Like
Bias.
if the gameplay is repetitive, like he said, like there's only like 4 core missions, that shit gets boring. It's not like it's Arkham City
Yeah,
where
it is pretty. That's. I mean, why would you say biased?
No, I just want to say.
All right, I'm gonna stop doing that.
You like that one too much, huh?
This reminds me of Jerry Springer. R.I.P.
Oh, he died?
He did die, yeah.
Because they're strictly focusing on Gulf War.
But that's so stupid though.
But it's going to be Gulf War. Gulf War is going to be the 2-year Call of Duty, but after that, after Gulf War, they're dropping Black Ops 2 Remastered. Theoretically.
I'm down for the Black Ops 2 remastered though. But my thing is like, okay, that new game's supposed to come out what, this November?
Yeah.
You're dropping out there's literally only like 6 more months, 8
It's
more
always been
months.
like that. You should know with Cold War. Cold War was...
But Cold War wasn't finished because of what Sledgehammer didn't finish their game.
No, and Treyarch came in and finished it for him. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like they dropped... Like halfway through, they started pushing Modern Warfare.
So what the fuck were they doing for the past 2 years? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't. If we're talking about games we don't expect. Like I don't think Call of Duty lasts that much longer.
How long you think?
I think
How long you thinking?
honestly, bro.
I know, bro.
Give me like I know. I'm gonna be dead ass. I said give me 5. I said give us 5 years.
I was thinking 5.
5 years because I think Fortnite's gonna take over. I think Fortnite's gonna.
Ooh, and then with the Disney partnership?
Exactly. I think Fortnite's going to take over because now if you look at Fortnite and Call of Duty, they're not that much of a difference in VR. Yes, the artist style is different, but you're now getting attachments on your guns.
You know what's crazy?
You
not
have
just
perks. You have perks.
that. Not just that.
They
They're
introduced
dropping
kill
the,
streaks?
They're dropping the new Unreal Engine too. Because Unreal Epic is the one that develops Unreal Engine. They're dropping what, Unreal 7 or 6, 5? Unreal 5, right?
Yeah.
And did
no,
you
it's
see
not
the-
Unreal 5. Unreal 5's already Unreal 5's already here.
The footage that they used when they did that, the demo for it, it looked crazy as hell. It looked more realistic in a way, other than obviously the character style. The shading and the lighting looked more realistic than anything Call of Duty's put out within the last 3 years.
Because they don't really every time. And from my understanding, only time Call of Duty ever updates their engine is when an Infinity War game comes out. and then everyone just builds off that.
No, they haven't developed a new engine since the original Modern Warfare. It's the same engine.
No, because the graphics don't look the same as the original Modern Warfare. You talk about Modern Warfare 2019, which is an Infinity Ward game.
The mechanics are all the same, and it's always.
And I
been
think
the
that's
same.
one thing that Doctor Disrespect always complains about too. That is the same thing. Like
That guy's an idiot, bro. He's already talking about the Call of Duty sucks this and that, but my game when it comes out is gonna be so much better. He's been talking about this game for what, 6 years now?
It's a mobile game, bro.
Stop it.
It's a mobile game.
How good is it?
It's gonna be a mobile game. He doesn't have. I don't think he has the structure, the infrastructure to build the actual.
He said he worked on the original Call of Duty, right?
He did. He's actually one of the designers of some of the maps. And I think it was for Advanced Warfare. I don't think it was. I don't know if it was for the original.
The
one.
maps were fun.
No, Advanced War. That's the exoskeleton ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's pay to win. That's what. Yeah, that was their pay to win. Didn't you like do the little black? You did the little black cell things, and then like you would get a gun that had stats. And
that started with Black Ops 3.
No, but I'm saying it's either Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare that had like people were spending so much money trying to get these guns.
Maybe he said Infinite Warfare. I know it's one of the Warfares. I don't know if it's Advanced or Infinite, but he's one of the designers.
They're
of
all
the maps,
fucking,
bro.
they're all fucking Warfares.
Yeah, true.
Infinite,
Modern Warfare. Well,
Advanced.
the only ones that are Warfares are
Modern,
Treyarch.
Black Ops.
It's not Warfare.
It's the Ops.
It's the Ops.
It's the Ops.
It's that Ops.
Stop saying that word, bro.
I didn't say anything.
Talk to me, expert.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
That's an intense word, bro.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins? Dude, it's from Elf. Stop it. Don't make it racial, bro.
What else? So, games that we don't think they're going to expect. Right, so we have...
Well, not just games. I think.
Whoa. Let's start with DC, bro. What DC news has come out within the last...
I think they need to do a whole reboot
They are.
Of what?
of everything.
They are.
I think they need to... Oh, yeah, movies. In my perspective, I think they need to start with the Batman. The Robert Pattinson Batman. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but I think they need to start there.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if they want to build like something that's just as good as the 10 years of Marvel that he did, they need to start with him. That one, because the stories are so good and the darkness of that and the investigative and how core it is to the true character of him. I think they need to keep it there, and then they need to slowly start branching it out.
The darkness.
That's what I feel like. I think that's what's gonna save DC, because Aquaman 2 sucked.
You saw it?
I saw it. Yeah.
You want to watch it in the movie theater?
Yeah. I was like, that shit is butt.
It's mud butt.
So bad.
That's the one movie that I didn't really. For as much as I support DC, there was no point because that has nothing to do with the new storyline. So
I just wanted to watch it because I want to see what it was.
It was going to be a waste.
Well, because that's the most current movie that they've done.
Huh?
It's the most current movie that they're done. So like that movie's going to give you like a kind of like an insight of what they're going to be doing. You know?
No, there's no way. There's
CGI based. It's going to be the same.
It might not even be a lot of CGI. The way that James Gunn might do like a lot of the stuff at this point, I'm like, I'm interested, especially because of his Superman take. But I don't think it's.
Talk to me, expert.
I think I'm really hoping that it doesn't go like the very happy jokes every 5 minutes Disney way, as of lately. But I don't know, man. I'm very excited because his trilogy is probably the most consistent one.
With the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah.
I think he has.
But it's one thing to be in charge of a I wouldn't say franchise, but of like a group of characters,
Mm-hmm.
and now being in charge of like the whole slate and where the whole storyline goes.
That's true too.
That's a huge freaking role. It makes me nervous, but
that's a valid point though.
Support.
He did have to work with was it brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Brothers to.
Who, the Russos?
Yeah,
For Infinity War?
Yeah, he had to
The
work
ones
with
that
them.
completely backstabbed him whenever it came to not telling him that they were killing off Gamora, Infinity War, and made him rewrite the story for Guardians 3.
That's crazy. I would be pissed.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the main reasons why he accepted the DC role.
Well,
No.
they gave him. They said apparently they said that they gave him free creative freedom.
Yeah.
But that scares me too, because I feel like there's certain things that have to be. You can't have too much of free creative freedom because I feel like that's too much power.
Look what happened with Zack Snyder.
Yeah, then you
They
have
gave his
fucking-
ass too much creative freedom,
Yeah.
and he completely fucked up the Justice League movies.
They had to do a fucking TV show.
He was jumping so far ahead instead of building up to things. And even though it was the not Marvel approach, a lot of people they were on board with it. Just I don't know what the hell it was.
No, they weren't in the beginning. They weren't
In the
on
start
board.
they weren't, but then like towards the middle with Justice League, the whole Snyder cut, that's when they all jumped on the bandwagon for some reason. But
the Snyder cut was already too late. It was
But-
already when it was.
yeah, but that
There
was
was no
already
way
done.
of him coming back.
there was
Yeah.
he
That
was not
it.
coming back. But the whole thing with that, what the hell beeped? That was weird. Anyways, the whole thing with Justice League when it first came out, like they wanted to be so different that they just started jumbling so many different important DC like stories into one movie. Like the first Man of Steel is okay, but then they decided to do both the death of Superman and Dark Knight Returns. And it's
Well,
it's like, why would you do that? Those are two of your most important stories. You're supposed to save those in your back pocket. Those could have easily been billion-dollar movies.
The only thing
separately.
The only thing I can think of is that I honestly don't even think that Zack Snyder was even planning to do that storyline for that long. Like I think we were looking at like.
Talk to me, expert.
Talk to me.
I mean,
DC expert.
it wasn't going to be 10 years of Zack Snyder movies, that's for sure.
You feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. Because
Like, you feel like if the movies would have done well,
I
you
feel
don't
like
think
if
that?
Zack Snyder would have kept going with his, and we would have gone a solo Batman movie with like the Nightmare sequence, a Batman Gone Rogue, and then we would have seen the whole thing would have been rebooted with a Flashpoint, and then he would have been out. He would have been like, okay, my job here is done. I'm out.
But it
Someone
would have
else take
still
over.
it would have still continued the stories. It would have still continued similar to Marvel. That's what they wanted. They wanted to build a shared cinematic universe.
Who's they?
Warner Brothers and DC.
That's not what they wanted. That's not what they wanted. They wanted the $1 billion mark, dude. And as soon as Aquaman got it, they got greedy with it. That's what happened. That's exactly what it was. All money.
Okay, then why was it shared to begin with?
Why was it what?
Why was everything shared to begin with?
Because of the $1 billion.
Because they wanted to build a cinematic universe to make more money.
They wanted to build whatever. They didn't want to build anything. They wanted just to make it. You know what I mean? It was the whole quantity over quality type of thing. As like if it was gonna get them the $1 billion, because here's the thing, the right thing to do would have been that when if they trusted so much on Zack Snyder, then when his daughter unfortunately passed, they would have waited for him to come back. They didn't. No, it was the whole he's out.
Who'd they bring in?
Everybody's replaceable.
Who'd they bring in?
Whedon,
Why'd they bring in Whedon?
because he brought Marvel the $1 billion with Avengers.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
They brought in the guy, and then in that Justice League movie, were they not planting seeds for other fucking movies?
Yeah, they were.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
afterwards, yeah.
Because they had Deathstroke.
Because that Justice League movie was planting multiple seeds from the little I remember of it. They were planting multiple seeds to continue because he planted seeds for Batman, he planted seeds for Flash, he planted seeds for Aquaman, he planted seeds for Wonder Woman,
And all those movies got
and a
made.
lot of that was already Zack Snyder's planning, but he was pushing more your traditional DC storytelling where they all branched out and came back. So you're telling you're
Huh?
Still remember that pancake?
Yeah, I'm still remembering there's too much egg, bro.
so you're telling me that in order to make more money, DC wouldn't want to build a shared universe? Because you had that Hamada guy constantly interfering. They wanted money, and the only way that they saw making money as the same way that everybody else wanted to make money, specifically them and Universal with the Dark Universe.
They were trying to intervene with a bunch of stuff.
They were trying to intervene, but the goal here was to make a shared universe similar to Marvel because everybody wanted that money.
Right.
And you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Everybody wanted that money, but you're like, as soon as it hit $1 billion, they were just going to stop it and just continue making more money.
No. What I said was that I guarantee you that it wasn't
Clip
about
it. Clip
with, No, yeah, you can go back. You can go and go back. I didn't say that they were gonna hit the 1 billion and bounce. No, I said Zack Snyder was
because they wanted more.
Right.
You said the goal is
No,
more
Let
money.
him finish.
No,
Let him cook.
I said
Let him
Zack
cook.
Snyder was gonna do his storyline, kind of like Nolan with his 3 movies. Zack Snyder was gonna do a limited amount, and then he was gonna do Flashpoint, and then he was gonna bounce, regardless of how much it was gonna make. But if at any point, if Warner Brothers noticed that, Aquaman reached the billion, but it was under James Wan already after that.
But they were planning on spinning off for The Trench with James Wan, a movie about the sea creatures.
That was pretty dope. On the first Aquaman, when it goes into the trench and it gets all dark and scary, I was like,
They were gonna make a whole movie
cool.
on that. No Aquaman, similar to Madam Web.
But no, but the thing is though, like, I think DC could be doing stuff like that to develop the world, because they did that with what's it called, that one FX show, Wayne, or Gotham, when it was like Gotham before Batman, but Batman was still prevalent in the show. He was a kid, but he wasn't Batman yet.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which one you're talking about.
So
Yeah.
they literally built the world without the character. So then I don't know why they're not doing that. Like that whole sea creatures thing, to be in a world where Aquaman's present but not have Aquaman there and just sneak peek him. So like you do that movie first, right? And then you make the Aquaman movie that's prequel or sequel after that movie, right? So then it all just falls linear.
But the idea of it was they made Aquaman, and then they saw the positive reaction to the trench and those creatures that they were like, you know what? Let's make a movie about this.
Like you should have done that first, because you would have took the hit, but that hype would have been around. Like, oh, that's supposed to be placed in the world of Aquaman.
That's the thing, though. As a movie studio, once you, like, for example, Aquaman, that was your first movie that makes that hits the billion mark.
That's crazy.
Are you really? Like,
Was it really?
Yeah. Are you really gonna? The other ones got pretty close.
Not even Batman and Superman made
It
that.
got close. I think it hit
But it didn't make
close to like 900.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Aquaman was the one that actually touched the billion mark. But I mean, at that point, it's like, okay, we just hit a billion with Aquaman. Do we really want to take a hit? No, they just wanted to keep going, you know. And even like in the what we got with the whole Joss Whedon cut. Look at it this way: if by any chance they would have released the Snyder cut, I don't think it would have changed much of like what happened after.
But no one's gonna want to be in the movie theater for that long. Exactly.
Did you guys see what's the one that Scorsese released? The
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Did you
I
guys
just
watch
saw
it?
it. They added it on Apple Plus. I might watch it soon.
Is that a DC movie?
No, the Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's just a Scorsese movie with DiCaprio and De Niro. But it's a 3-hour. It is Scorsese, right?
Martin Scorsese.
Same thing with The Irishman.
I heard that was a good movie.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it in the theater. I wasn't gonna sit for like 3+ hours. No, I watched it at home in parts.
There you go. Subscribe to Apple Plus.
And remember, use code. So, in the topic of like, what are we expecting in the future?
How did we go from current events to talk
Here's
to
the
trash about
but we're
DC?
still. I mean, it's still in the topic
Yeah.
because honestly, I mean, at this point, it's like, I don't know what the hell Gunn is gonna do.
What's the topic again?
Like what to expect and
What to expect in the future?
and
What to expect when you're expecting?
Yeah,
pregnant.
expect the unexpected. End of show.
LOL. Done.
Everything changes, but nothing changes.
So I don't know. I'm honestly excited to see what he's gonna do with Superman. But as like I said, just him looking over and having freedom of
Are
creativity.
you though?
Hell yeah!
I remember we were
My thing
watching.
with Superman,
I
though, is-
remember we were
my
watching
thing-
Guardians of the Galaxy, and you were like, I don't know, man. With the scenes
No.
with Adam Warlock.
No. You asked me, are you excited to see Superman fly like that dumbass right there? And I was like, bro, nothing is gonna match Zack Snyder's Man of Steel flying, because the way that they showed the way that Superman flew and the sonic boom and how it produced it, I was like, that is badass.
How does he fly? How does he produce a
this.
sonic boom like that? Does he rip ass and just that sonic ass rip, bro?
ask the boy Feeks. So we saw the trailer for Deadpool. What'd you think, Ralph?
I
Talk to me,
fucking
expert.
loved it, bro. I fucking loved every bit of that trailer, bro. He did not, even despite it being a Disney movie, he didn't lose his sense of humor. It's still dark. It's still dirty. It's still very raunchy. Like when you rip ass in a car and you leave the windows down. You leave the windows up.
Lock it down. But I heard that's how he wanted it though. Like
Yeah.
That joke right at the start of it when he's like, hey. The guy pulls out the rod. He's like, hey. Pegging's not new for me, but it is for Disney. It looks like camera. It's like,
well, because there apparently there was some. What I read on Comic Book Report is that there was some backlash between him because they were trying to introduce She-Hulk into the universe, and all her scenes got cut out, and that's because Ryan Reynolds was like, we're not doing this. No,
that's new to me. Shit.
Yeah, you can look it up. So all her scenes got cut out because they wanted to put her in there.
Good.
And
booty.
Ryan Reynolds was like, no, we're not doing this. So so they pretty
CGI booty.
So practically, from my understanding of what I was reading, was that they kind of gave him constructive freedom, like Ryan Reynolds constructive freedom on how to make the movie and what
with
to do.
A character like that, you kind of have.
He's always been a producer, executive producer and producer.
He wasn't in the first one.
No, he wasn't.
Is the second one
Fox was really controlling with that first one, and it got to the point
where
where
he got rid of his mouth.
He had
no,
the first Deadpool.
The actual.
I thought you were talking about his origins. I'm like, oh,
no,
man,
for that first one, he wanted it made. Fox said no. We're making X-Men movies, but we're not touching yours. And he's like, why not? And then he did test footage. They were like, no, it doesn't work. It's dumb. Nobody's gonna want to watch that. So he what was it, a Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Like after Fox's panel, like he did it so sneakily, he dropped the test footage and it just went viral, dude. And it forced Fox's hand. And even he to this day is like, I don't know who leaked it, but obviously it was him. But that he didn't have full control. But I think for Deadpool 2 is when they
gave him
they got rid of that first director and he became friends with that director for the second one. And from that movie on, I think he made 2. He made Free Guy.
Yeah, and then he also made the
Adam Project.
Well,
on Netflix, same director.
The Adam Project.
They became really tight friends.
It was a bit weird, but it was good.
But
it was really good.
Right now, but it's gotten to the point where I think when Marvel bought Fox, and the whole question started to come up of whether or not they were going to make that third one. Ryan said it has to be R. Disney was like, I don't know. And even Kevin Feige said, well, it has to be R. Even Kevin Feige backed him up.
Yeah.
Didn't he threaten to leave Marvel if they didn't make it an R rating?
I don't know. I remember hearing something about that, him saying that. Like, they were like, let him make the movie. Because all the other movies, like the Deadpool movies, were saving Fox at that moment. They were like Black Friday for Toys R Us. They were going to get over the hump because of the Deadpool movie. But, yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I really am excited for the movie because I feel like
he got Hugh Jackman back, bro.
Yeah, like Ryan Reynolds is lovable though.
You know what kind of crazy story you have to come up with, despite Hugh Jackman's like farewell to the character for him to come back?
Because he said he wasn't coming back.
He said he's not touching it.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds was.
But they're like good buddies, no? They're like they're good friends. Him and
they became friends because he kept on bugging that he wanted him to come back.
Yeah,
that's like 6 years in the making, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I loved the trailer. I loved how they're kind of going back to the first movie, where like it's
the callbacks, bro.
The callback, but not only that, because like the second movie, even though it was like him and that dude, there wasn't a lot of fourth wall break.
No, there wasn't. I just saw it the other night.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of fourth wall break. That first one, it really got you back to reality. Like he was talking to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He was talking to you directly. The second one was more him narrating. The first one was narrating. The second one was more referring to certain things. Like there was that one scene where he's like driving Professor X's wheelchair throughout the X Mansion, and he's like, "Why is it just you two here?" It's like, why can't the studio throw us a bone and give us more X-Men? And then like the camera pans over this side, and all the X-Men are in the room, and they just shut the door on his ass.
Yeah,
but that's the closest we got to him actually breaking the fourth wall. He didn't directly talk to the people.
Yeah, but that's why I think this movie's gonna be great, because they're kind of going back to the original formula that what made the first Deadpool movie so great, was that him being true to the character, fourth wall break, talking to the audience. Instead of like...
Dude, he looked at the camera.
Yeah, insinuating that there's the audience there, that they're going to like it. Mm-hmm. And I think that introducing the TVA and Loki kind of interacts with the whole thing, even though I think that's the hard part.
Let's keep it a stack.
I'm just saying that's the hard part.
What TVA do you think it is? Do you think it's the same TVA we've been dealing with, or do you think it's an alternative reality?
I
They
think
got
it's
different uniforms.
I think it's a different Kang. I think it's a different Kang dynasty.
I think it's a different Kang timeline because you look at the room where they're
it's different
where they're
It's
like
different.
interrogating him, and it's like dark green. But then again, Loki's the new thing. The new
like person of time.
yeah, he's a god of stories now. So I don't know. It was just crazy, but
I think it's gonna be a great movie. I think that's gonna be interesting to see. That's gonna be Disney's first rated R movie,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So I think that's gonna be something really cool, and I think this is going to be, if we're going back to the topic, what to expect. I expect Marvel to start actually doing darker stories from this.
if this does well, it will.
Yeah,
They will do it.
if they get pushed to the animated stuff, I think they can compete. I think they can compete with Sony because Sony's like killing it right now with like the animation, because every movie nowadays like it has animation that's animated, copies off of
Inspired by it.
Inspired by the Spider-Verse, like the last Puss in Boots movie has that very raw edge to it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie has that raw edge to it.
The slow down frame rates.
Yeah, exactly. And you see the sketch lines and all that stuff. Like, they've pushed it. If Marvel wants to capitalize on taking some of that money away from Sony, they need to start making like the what if stuff, but like major motion picture type stuff. Like, I'm not talking like, don't rush the fucking CGI or any type of shit like they're doing in the TV shows that they're doing.
I think that's what they're going towards.
They need to push that, because if they have that in their back pocket, like with helping with the CGI and stuff like that, all the movies from now on are gonna be fucking beautiful.
Because here's the thing with Marvel that I noticed. Like, I started watching some of these older MCU movies, and I'm like the first Iron Man still holds up.
They didn't use that much CGI though.
And they didn't. And
Yeah.
they didn't use a lot of CGI.
No.
And then you look at the Avengers, the CGI in Avengers holds up. The
Not
CGI
that
in
bad.
Age of Ultron holds up.
Yeah.
It's not until you start getting to Infinity War
But
that it
also
started
look
getting...
how much money was spent.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the cheap stuff.
But with Infinity War, it was more money. But in
Yeah.
Infinity War, that's when you started noticing some of these cracks in the CGI. Thanos looked great, but there were some scenes where it was like, it looks a little off.
Yeah, it looks a little.
And I don't know if it had to
1080p.
do with how secretive they were about the stories, and I don't know if they're going to keep that going. But it seems like they're at a point where Kevin Feige's rolling back, because the only project we're supposed to be getting this year from Marvel is supposed to be, it was Echo. I think we're supposed to get Agatha Harkness at the end of this year, and Deadpool. Those are the only 3 projects and only 1 movie. Whereas the past
It was 4.
2 years, it was like 4 movies or 3 movies.
yeah.
Like, there was 1 year where we had 4 movies, and it was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that was the year of
It's that
Black
quality.
Panther.
It was that quantity over quality stuff.
I mean, you could look at it that way, but all those movies that, even though they had the cracks in CGI, the quality of the movie wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Like,
Well,
Black Panther wasn't bad.
No.
Then we got Thor. Thor wasn't bad.
Yes, it was.
No, like there wasn't, like, yes, the story was bad,
Story
but
was
like,
bad,
but
yeah.
like
CGI and
the
stuff.
CGI wasn't that bad. Like,
Oh, no,
you know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no.
Like, everything was
No.
pretty decent for what they were pushing out.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, when I said quantity over quality, I wasn't talking about just CGI. No, I mean like just overall the movie.
Well, here's the
They're
thing, man.
they're doing quantity over quantity with the TV shows, because all those TV shows are fucking they're doing horrible.
They
Like,
spread Kevin Feige too thin.
you think
To the point where all these shows aren't even interweaving anymore to the same extent that these shows were.
I did see that
before.
like Moon Knight is no longer like even being mentioned at all.
He never was.
but
They left that ending very ambiguous to make you think that it was all
That
in
it
his
was gonna
head.
be like
No, that it was all in his head.
But I mean, even you're not wrong too, because look at the Eternals. You have Blade, and then you have the what's it
they
called?
still haven't mentioned what that guy is doing,
Well,
like
'cause-
showing the planet.
Well, that's true too. But because also, what did they say that if they don't get the script right, he's not gonna do it. So you introduce a character who,
Who, Mahershala?
yeah, because it's like the 5th rerun of the skirt, and he's not getting any older.
No, because they were younger.
Or yeah, he's younger.
Well, the stupid thing that they were doing is that they were going to introduce Blade's daughter.
What the fuck?
One version of the script, and it was like, what the hell? I didn't even know he had a daughter. But like, they were gonna have a script with his daughter, and the movie was gonna be around him and his daughter hunting vampires, and it was gonna pivot to something else. And it got to the point where even he's like, you know what, you got to give me a better script, or I'm walking. And he's been really pissed about it. So it's not even for sure that he's still doing it.
That's what I'm saying. But
I thought it was already for sure that he walked away from it.
no, I think he's
Nothing
he's
official's
still,
come out.
He's still
Yeah.
technically casted for Blade. That's what I know. And that's if you look up on IMDb, he's still officially casted for Blade.
Anybody can
Next up,
IMDb,
Jonathan
bro.
Majors coming up as Blade.
Bro, that'd be fucking crazy. They need to put him
John
in. I think if he gets another chance, I think he should be in DC. I think he'd
As
be
what, Jon Stewart?
No, I think he'd be a dope ass fucking cyborg.
He's too old for Cyborg.
Huh?
He's too old for Cyborg.
No, not even, dude. Even if you do, Jonathan Majors,
How old is he?
I think he's in his late.
He's like 36.
Is he?
37. Yeah, he's too old to be a Teen Titan.
Well, you don't have to do the Teen Titan thing.
Yeah, you
Cyborg
don't
actually
do
has
the-
other comic
yeah.
books.
But if you're smart about it, you'd go the Teen Titan route to
I think-
capitalize on all this nostalgia from all these older millennials that grew up with that
But
cartoon.
they did DC did that with the Titans show, and the show wasn't that fucking
Right.
good.
What the fuck were you watching? I'm not a DC guy, and I like that Teen Titan show.
It's not the best
Not
thing
dope.
that they put together. I think Swamp Thing was a better show than the actual Titan show.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Titans. I was talking about the cartoon.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
talking about the cartoon. I'm talking about the actual TV show.
I thought,
I'm talking about the real life show.
I was like, which one?
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I'm like,
yeah, no, the Titan.
whatever you're smoking, bro, you need to pass this way, my boy.
No, Titans.
You know where
Like,
I
you were
checked
talking
out?
about Titans, right?
You know where the Teen Titans, the cartoon.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
one.
Robin.
No, but he's talking about.
He's talking about
Titans
the
show,
Titans.
Yeah. The
Right.
show was put together very weird.
Where I jumped ship with that.
Which
fucking
one?
show.
Teen Titans Go?
Titans. No,
Teen
not
Titans
Go. The old school
Okay.
Teen Titans.
The old school Teen Titans.
Go's not that bad either, though.
Go's
Yeah.
funny.
Go's not that bad,
Go's
though.
funny.
No,
The
Go's not
movie,
about-
the movie when they come back and it's the actual like our
It's them
nostalgic Teen
against-
Titan.
it's
Yeah,
them
I
against
actually
the-
flipped out during that.
what I'm saying.
Like the post credit scene was like, "Hey, we're still alive," and it like cuts in and out.
this brings up a topic that I want to talk about that just popped up. Right, like I don't know why DC doesn't start focusing just like stop making the real life shit. Like start making those movies that you see on like Netflix. Like because their DC animated universe is fucking crazy. Like why don't you just start pushing that?
What do you mean?
Like
They have
Flashpoint.
been.
I know, but like no, like make
You
it-
haven't seen any of the recent ones?
I think I've seen the.
No, like right now they're doing
They're
Infinite
doing
Earths
another.
again.
They're doing another Crisis.
But I'm saying
No,
like
but
make-
this is a 3-parter.
But I'm saying
like this is it's badass. Like
Do
it's,
that-
it's high tier shit.
But I don't ever see like the marketing for that to be in the movie theaters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like make that shit into the movie theaters. Like I think Warner Brothers has so much fucking shit. Like
No,
that
they
Mortal
never-
Kombat movie,
Right.
That they
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
That was fucking great.
Which one? The
The
live
one's
action
ass?
one?
No, the
Or-
Scorpion one. The animated Scorpion one.
Scorpion one, yeah.
Scorpion's Revenge.
Yeah.
That shit was top tier.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like
did you see the second one though?
I have not seen the second one though.
There's
That-
like 4
that's-
of them now.
There's 3.
4.
The
Damn.
third one was with Johnny Cage.
There's
I think so.
Scorpion, and there's a second one, and then there's the
I didn't even know there was
Kenshi.
a second one, dude.
There's a Kenshi one. There's a Liu Kang, Kenshi, and now Johnny Cage.
That's what's up. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like
Yeah,
if
there you go.
I
There's
think
for you.
DC should be capitalizing on their animated stuff, like market animated 2D animated movies like they do. Because the Flashpoint movie was fucking great. I think I never.
They try, bro, but they just keep fucking it up.
Well, I'm saying like put that because you keep in my personal opinion DC keeps
But
fucking up
not
these
in-
real life movies.
Not in animated right now. They're not fucking up.
No, but I'm saying like use that energy.
On the
Like-
live action stuff.
Like no, like put the energy that they're putting in for the live action and put that shit toward the animated version.
Here's
Because
how I
they're
see-
spending so much money on these real life movies. The fucking all of them are failing. The fucking Shazam failed. Black Adam failed. What's it called? Wonder Woman 2 failed.
Here's how I see these things. This thing playing out with DC. I think Peter Safran and James Gunn unknowingly are going to make these next movies and series great, and then Zaslav is going to take that and he's going to sell DC. He's going to part Warner Brothers.
You think so?
I can almost guarantee it.
That'd be crazy.
Because hasn't that guy been known from what I've heard from John Campia to go to studios and like separate them and split everything apart and sell everything individually?
Well, I know that DC
He did something like that with Discovery. Some shit like that went down with Discovery. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Anyways,
But I do know that DC right now is in a little bit of shambles with their finances.
I think Deadpool's gonna be sick though. That movie's gonna put Marvel back on the map.
We hope.
in a way.
I think it's
I
the
was
tipping
gonna
point.
say,
It's
in
the
a
that
tipping
way-
point.
Stan Lee never even dreamed of. Bro.
tipping
I was
point.
gonna say in a way.
That's a reference to Spider-Man, bro.
I was gonna say the same
Otto
thing.
Octavius is gonna put Oscorp on the map in a way my father never even dreamed of.
But yeah, I think Deadpool's the tipping point for where Marvel needs to take where Marvel can really like if this is a console war.
Here's how I see it, because the next Avengers movies are supposed to be King Dynasty.
I don't even know how they're gonna do that because they took off Jonathan
Hold
Majors.
on. It's supposed to be King Dynasty, Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do an incursion where it's gonna be Fox and the MCU as we know it, and they're gonna play off of Avengers versus X-Men, where you're gonna see two really badass, like you have even matchups all throughout. Like you have in the Avengers, like they can all square up with the X-Men.
Who's squaring up with Deadpool, bro?
But you're gonna have a crazy ass fucking fight between Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force versus Scarlet Witch.
I can see that.
Anyways.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think Secret Wars is gonna be though?
I feel like at the end of the day, Secret Wars might pivot from Secret Wars to just Avengers versus X-Men, and then they might save Secret Wars for a later point in time.
That's gonna be dumb though. If they ruin Secret Wars, that's gonna be whack because Secret Wars is with this comic where Spider-Man gets the black suit.
That's what I was saying. I think right now, like Deadpool for sure is gonna be like they're gonna hit it out of the park. But then whatever comes afterwards, because I mean they released a good one, and then 2 or 3 follow that are alright.
Yeah,
and then they release a badass one, and the next 2 or 3 are alright.
They're mediocre.
But that all kind of comes back to Kevin Feige being overstretched.
True, but I feel like
how long can you do that though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until we get like so.
Yeah.
Like for example, like Madam Web. Like I know it's not interrated, but it's like no one's expecting this movie to be good, but then we're all expecting that new Spider-Man movie to fucking hit, right?
What Spider-Man movie?
The one that the Tom Holland #4.
Okay.
That movie's good. Everyone's expecting that movie has to hit because the way they ended it in the third one.
Well,
but every other Spider-Man-esque movie, like.
Well, the conflict here, from what I've read,
Venom sucked. Morbius sucked.
For the conflict that I've heard that's kind of going on right now is that Sony wants to go multiversal again, and they want to bring back Andrew and Toby.
It's a great idea
for the fourth Spider-Man movie.
I think that's a great idea.
It's stupid.
Well, not for the fourth Spider-Man.
No, it's fucking stupid. Stop it. Let me cook.
All right, let you cook.
it's
not without oil.
When it comes to that, like
little bastard,
you set up Spider-Man to be a street level hero again.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go street level? They already did a perfect setup with Echo.
What do you mean?
You have Kingpin running for mayor, and they're adapting the Devil's Reign story from the most recent comics from back in like 2020, where Wilson Fisk becomes mayor in New York, and he outlaws all superheroes.
Yeah.
And
wait, you said that they made him street level again.
Yeah, they did.
They made Tom Holland, because
Tom Holland's street level again.
He's now like
he doesn't have any Stark's tech. Yeah. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah,
he's street level. He's out on the streets of New York. Just patrolling.
He's like from scratch. He's like from scratch.
Yeah. Well, you should have just said from scratch, man. Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a conflict that I see here, like with that I've seen with Sony kind of fighting with Marvel back and forth. That they want to go multiversal again. Is you don't make Spider-Man multiversal again until maybe like the third movie of the new trilogy or whatever they're planning on doing.
I don't think you can do that because you already introduced that with No Way Home. Like they've already.
Well, it's out there.
Yeah, but and then all of that, you have Sony introducing Donald Glover as the Prowler in real life, and then you show.
But that's his Prowler.
Whose?
Theoretically, Tom Holland's.
Exactly. So they're already integrated.
They're integrated, but like Prowler is just in there. You don't absolutely need to keep the multiverse going. That's gonna get boring and repetitive.
I don't think so because there's so much you could do from the Spider-Verse.
So every single movie that Spider-Man is in from here on out is supposed to be a multiverse story?
No, it's not. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm saying that it should have implications that it's tied to the multiverse. Like you already have
You do know that every single Spider-Man story is not intertwined with the Spider-Verse.
I understand that, but I'm saying like that's what you could do. That's what Sony could do to keep their 10 years of Marvel, like the Infinity Saga. Everything that they do is somewhat implied toward, like you have someone watching that stuff going intertangling. You know what I'm saying? Like how Miguel is watching everything go on when he's explaining shit to Marvel to Miles. That's what you see. Like that's what's in the background. Like all this shit is a spider web tangled into everything. Even though
every single movie.
But I mean, if you think about it in reality, that's how if they do it that way, they can introduce that one character, the first ever Spider God. What's his name?
Anansi,
yeah, because he's the one that's in the background watching everything happen.
Or the Master Weaver. That gets confusing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a way to build on that thing, even though it's still connected. It's a solo story by itself, but you have someone in the background, like in the What If, that one guy who's watching everything happen, who's narrating.
The thing that you're kind of getting confused here is like you're talking about that the Spider-Verse becoming an ongoing thing. I understand that that's something you could do, but like every single movie,
I don't see Ralph on this one. I think it would get
I don't think it'd be bad.
As somebody that actually like thoroughly reads Spider-Man comics, I don't fucking want that. Like it, and they better not do that because it's really stupid. It's gonna get really redundant and it's old quick.
But it's like what they did with Marvel when they reintroduced Thanos in every other fucking movie. Like obviously you expected it to happen.
I feel like they can do that. Like,
but again, it's every other movie in a different franchise.
They can do it.
They introduced them. They introduced them in. Well, in the animated form, it's the whole premise of the movie is the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Right.
First one Spider-Verse.
But what I'm saying is that if they want to expand it, they can, because in animated you really don't have a limit on like what to add and what to create with the animated world. That's why a lot of animated movies are way better than the live action ones.
True.
Because I mean you don't have a limit. You can literally do a ton of things with the animation world, but in live action, I think it will get too repetitive.
I don't think so. I mean, this is my
Agree
opinion.
to disagree. Anyways,
I just feel like it'd be interesting.
Well,
that's the beauty of this, man.
Well, the thing with the multiverse concept, like, okay, let's say you do, just kind of bear with me. So in the comics, you go Clone Saga.
Mm-hmm.
You introduce these outlandish concepts where they create clones of Peter,
mm-hmm.
and then they go on from there to like just. It's not how it goes, but then you go Venom Saga.
Yeah.
And then you go back to you go to the introduction of Morlun and the him hunting other spiders.
Mm.
And then from there, you take him out, you go on, and then you start building towards the Spider-Verse event where you got the Inheritors coming in and taking out all the spider people.
So you're trying to build up that stuff.
That's what I'm hearing from you. That's what you want.
No.
You want an ongoing tethered story where there's implications where it's somehow tied into the multiverse. That's literally how that is. That not how you heard it?
In a way, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying like, yes, that's true, but I don't want the build up necessarily. I just want like everything to sort of be interconnected. So like if you put this in perspective, like how, like I said, when Miguel is showing Miles everything that's happened to all those Peters, like if they make another animated movie, whoever the villain is in that animated movie should be aware of like, oh, that shit happened, and we were there to see that happen because we watched that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like just like when Toby's dad, when Peter, the first Tobey Maguire died, everyone's like, oh, we knew that part. Or when they show, what's it called, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies in the little frame. We all know that because we've seen that, so we know what happened. Like I think if you keep it connected in a way, in a very zoomed out presence, I think that builds on the story because you know that if another movie happens, we know that if they're gonna bring up a certain part of that movie that we've already seen, like we saw when Uncle Ben died with Tobey Maguire, we know that because we've seen that. So we know that it's a close distance. It's like. It's a proximity. It's adjacent.
I kind of understand what he's saying.
Yeah, like I don't think it should all be intertwined.
Right.
Because I get what you're saying. If after every Sony movie or Spider-Man movie, it's tied to like Miguel in the background, like, oh nope, that's not supposed to happen. We got to fix that shit. That would get annoying. But 3 years down the line, we get another across the Spider-Verse movie, and they're bringing up some shit that's happened in the past, and you see the movies that we've watched already. Like we see Tom Holland swinging. Like he did in the last movie, and we were like, oh, that guy's supposed to be important. We're like, oh shit, we saw that fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's cool that it's connected, even though it's not. It's adjacent. It's not necessarily connected. I don't want a Marvel thing where it's like every movie we're gonna see, oh, Captain America will return in this movie. Like, no, I don't want that. That shit gets redundant as fuck. Like, I expect that to happen.
That's like kind of like
you see, gonna be great, bro.
Kind of like you see Tom Holland just swinging, and then in the background you see Gwen Stacy for the one from the Amazing Spider-Man. In the
just
background.
His back cracked. Like you know, but like the thing is,
she's
like
still on the floor.
But what builds that, what makes the Spider across the universe movie so great is the fact that they bring you in because you have that memory of watching that happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like if you keep it adjacent, not instant, not
Really?
to. Yeah, because
That's how you see that?
that's how I see it, because everything is connected with it. They're literally, all that stuff is happening in the background. It's simultaneously happening.
It
So-
made it interesting, but I don't know if that's the whole point of Spider-Verse.
So if you saw that, so like, but think about it this way: if you saw that scene and you never saw that movie, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about, right? If you never saw that movie, you don't know what the fuck is happening. Like
Right.
in Spider-Man, no, Far From Home, if you've never seen that part, the second movie with Jamie Foxx, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know that thing. It's not. There's a detachment between the fan base and the viewer. So like if you keep it connected adjacently to where everything kind of flows when you do a different type of movie, I think that builds onto the thing, because you're like, oh look, even this movie was watching that part.
Yeah.
Kind of builds on the fucking thing. Like I'm saying, I don't want it to be redundant. I just need it, like, if they're gonna do more animated movies and they bring the real life versions in there and we're watching the real life versions, that's a sick idea to do, because everything that it's not a solo story by itself, even though it is, because there's some other entity or some other type of movie that it's interconnected with, because it's intertwined into that universe.
I thought I saw an article, something about Nicolas Cage doing a noir series. Is that a thing or no?
Amazon. I don't know if it was Nick Cage, but they're doing a Spider-Man noir.
That's pretty cool.
I thought I saw Nicolas Cage's name on it.
I think you're tripping. Because Nicolas Cage is the voice for the Spider-Verse one.
I know.
Wouldn't that be cool if he was the actual thing though?
Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
He's too old.
How old is Spider-Man Noir?
He's like Peter in his 20s.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But it's black and white, so you can't really tell.
Yeah, bro. He's supposed to be gray anyway.
That'd be like, what's that movie? City of Sins or Sin City, where it's all black and white.
Black and white.
There's some people that are old in there. You can't really tell because the movie's black and white.
Whack ass movie.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah. Hater.
Whack ass movie, bro. The only
Where's the
color
hater
was,
alarm?
the only color was a yellow guy who looked all creepy and shit in underwear.
Well, I don't think that's so bad, because like
Anyways,
the Walking Dead comics are like that.
Deadpool 3 is gonna be great.
Pause.
He's getting close.
And that is it for today, everybody. I want to thank Ralphie and Goosey for sharing your important
Eat my ass.
And with that, we end the show. This was Ralphie and Goosey with you. And what do I always say? Signing out.
Are you?
I am
Logging off.
Watch me.